Hello everyone, it's Saturday, May 19th, and I'm going to do a video garden update for the first time. It's a little bit cloudy and windy, so I apologize if that affects the quality of the video. I'll start with the least interesting things. Here are the planters we have on our patio. This one has three nasturtiums, which are growing really well. These are lettuce. I think they're, let's see, it's a variety of different kinds of lettuce. Some of these have been transplanted twice, and they seem to be doing okay. You can see that they were all basically started in peat pods indoors. This is a basil plant, just sort of getting started. These are marigolds, as is this. It's got its first true leaf coming in. Up here is another basil plant. You can see the peat pod, which means we started it indoors. Here's catnip, or as we call it, cat drugs. And this is mint, but it didn't come up yet. Well, here comes the wind. All right, now we'll walk around to see the bucket brigade, as we like to call it. I'm not going to take the time to edit out this walking part, so you're just going to have to deal with it. This isn't going to be a professional video. It's not even going to be an amateur video. Okay, here are a couple of our containers out in the back side of the house. This area gets a lot of sun on nice sunny days. This is a Thai chili pepper, just barely getting its first true leaves. Here's a jalapeno, about the same stage, a little bit bigger. We started both of these indoors, and they weren't doing too well inside. But when we moved them out here, we've had like some nice warm weather, and that's really helped. Here's cilantro, and another cilantro. You can see we've got chicken wire on all of these because there's a ton of rabbits in the neighborhood. Okay, over on the east side of the house, we've got more containers. Here is some kind of heirloom lettuce. It came in a blend, like a packet with many different varieties. I think this one's butter crunch lettuce. Sorry, the camera's focusing on the chicken wire. This is cauliflower, and it is big. It's doing really well. This one is broccoli. It's also doing really well. We started those inside, of course. This one, I don't know if this is broccoli or cauliflower. Let's see. Cauliflower, the tag says. Not quite as big as its friends, but still doing well. And this one is broccoli. It's got this lean to it, but it's growing just fine. And then here is our Roma tomato in the center with a bunch of radishes growing around it that our niece Adeline planted for us. Okay, now we're headed to the main garden. We've got a nice hummingbird feeder. We'll start in the western bed. Here are some peas that we started indoors, man, quite a while ago, sometime in early April. So they're really getting big. They're climbing up the trellis. You know, they're really strong. They're doing really well. The next cell is Sun Sugar cherry tomato, which we started indoors, of course, and it's really taken off. And that's surrounded by a few radishes. The next cell is a big sunflower. I mean, that's over a foot tall. We hope to have the trellis support that eventually, and the Sun Sugar tomato, actually. The next cell, these are green beans, pole beans. So again, we'll hope that they'll climb up the trellis. We'll have to guide them, but they look really big and bushy. All this stuff we started inside in April. Okay, back over to the other side. Here's kale. It's doing pretty well. You know, already edible. This is a calendula. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It came as a free seed in my order from Young's. We thought we'd just plant it by the tomato because supposedly like red flowers keep hornworms away or something. This one is a broccoli. It's really big, doing really well. These are 4 basil plants. Over here we've got 16 radishes. They're doing pretty well. They're not as big as ones in the other bed. This is supposed to be oregano. It hasn't come up yet. These are 16 carrots. Oh, did I not pull this weed? Shame on me. 16 carrots here. They're starting to get their true leaves, so they're doing really well. This is heirloom lettuce blend. So you can see we got one with like these speckled leaves, and these ones that look more like butter lettuce or butter crunch. 9 spinach plants. Started indoors, I think in peat pods. 9 more, about the same age. 9 more with one that is one of the older stock, but a bunch that we planted out here. They're doing really well also. I feel like I'm a broken record saying that. There's no script for this, by the way, so you're gonna have to forgive if I say stupid things. This is cauliflower. It's doing really well. Let's see. There's a little bit of a water droplet stuck in there. Whoops, now it's gone. You can see just in general the beds, we've got these chicken wire frames to keep the rabbits and squirrels and stuff out. And then we also drape wire over the top because there's trees nearby that the squirrels could jump from if they wanted to. These are cucumbers. This one we started indoors a really long time ago, and it's, I just don't know how well it's going to do. You can see the leaves are a little bit bleached. We'll see what happens. This one we started outside in the same bed, and it looks like it's doing okay. The next cell is another big sunflower. This bed gets a little bit more sun than the other one, so everything's just a little bit bigger. The next cell is a Brandywine tomato. It's getting really big. It's got 4 radishes around it. Again, we hope to guide that up the trellis. These are peas. I mean, that's getting close to 2 feet tall. Really established on the trellis. It's very exciting for us. These are Vermont cranberry dry shelling beans. It's a long title, but we started these inside and moved them out. They're big. Maybe a little bit too big. We have to thin them out. Chives, they're all up. They're still pretty small. These are marigolds. You can see a couple sprouts, but we just planted them recently. We tried to plant a calendula in there and it never came up, so we just threw in some marigold seeds to get something, again, near the tomato. Here's a big kale plant, doing really well, better than its sister over in the western bed. This has got to be butter crunch lettuce. They're all nice and bright green, big leaves. I mean, you could eat that. These are the heirloom lettuce blend, and you can see there's a different one over here, this sort of red one, and then we got the speckled one, and these butter lettuce ones. Looks very appetizing. These are bunching onions, which I think just means scallions. I think there's 9 in there. I can't remember. More radishes, 16 of them again. Let's see if we can see. I don't know if we got enough light, but you can see there's a little radish lit, that red down there. More heirloom lettuce. Got the speckly kind and the green ones. This is arugula. There's a bunch of other ones in this cell that are not really coming up. We planted these all outside in this cell instead of starting them indoors. We might just remove this. We can put parsley in here. These are more arugula, 16. They all start kind of washed out like this, yellow color. I don't know if you can see that. But then they green up, and you can see the red veins. It's really pretty. So those seem to be doing okay. These ones are like a week older than the ones that I just showed you, and obviously they're doing better. Really nice. All right, I think that'll do it for today. I hope it was worth your time. Thanks for watching.